sisters singing sweet harmony. Now two are here, still planting good seed. Jackie and Gail, yeah, they're walking in light, sharing their stories, keeping hearts bright, talking about life and faith and real love, sending out hope from the one above. When they speak, you can feel what's true, 'cause they've lived it all, and they'll walk with you. Jackie and Gail, just love, just real. Two voices of grace that help you heal.
Hey. Good afternoon, good evening. I know we're a little late, but that's okay. Um, I'm Jackie H. My co-host Gail Barron is missing in action tonight. I don't know where she's at, but I got her daughter here. I got Tiara, Erica. Erica. So I'm confused today because everybody is just disappearing. But Erica, how you doing?
I am well. I am well. So good to meet
Where's I'm talking to you from?
you. You are talking to me from St. Thomas, the Virgin Isle, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Really? Okay.
So,
Well, while you are there, I am. You see where I'm at in the office, right?
Can you see my
Oh,
view?
that looks so pretty. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
See if you can see the water.
So is this a working trip or is this a getaway or you like what are you doing?
So let me come back to camera. So this is a working trip. I'm
Yeah.
a group of Black healers. So we are called the Vine Collective, and we're working with a group called Repower, where there's about 10 to 12 executive directors who are a part of this cohort. And so we are the team that facilitate their healing practice classes. So I am
Hmm.
a movement specialist for this particular cohort. And this is their last week going through their cohort with us. And so their last day with the program is Thursday. So we are
Okay.
closing ceremonies.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, the name of this, I named this Hey You, right? And it's speaking to there's mothers or entrepreneurs that still have dreams and hopes or things that they're doing, but you still have a child. People still have children. And you don't have to give up on what you want to do and what you're doing just because of. You make a way to find a way, like we step in, we babysitting, we have it, you got your back. And so if you could speak to a little bit, not only to what you do, but to encourage those who think, oh, once I done started a family, or once, I done had a kid, once this done happened, I have to give up and stop, you might have to slow down, but what we talking here, you laughing over there, but I'm saying you're still moving.
I'm still moving. I'm still moving. And I
And
think
this young man is 7 years old.
right. I think the important part is relying on your village. I think sometimes we think that we have to do it all on our own, or we have to give up our dreams and our goals. But if you trust the people who God put in your life, no one will miss a step, and they fill in where I need help. And then my son is still moving, he's still thriving, and I'm able to go and work and do what I have to do here and come back and still be a great mom. And so I think one of the things I actually kind of processed while I was here was the guilt of being able to still live out my dreams and being able to do what I know is in my heart to do. And so me being here, I'm still providing for my home. This is a paid position that I have here, so I get to rest. I get to take care of my family while I'm here, and then my son's still getting taken care of. So it's a win-win, but you have to lean into your village.
Got you. So I want you to show the picture again of the win-win. Let me see the beach again.
See the beach again.
No, I'm just joking with you. Oh my God. Oh,
Beautiful here. It's beautiful.
it is. Oh man, look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So your business is based back here in Baltimore, right? I know you go on the road, but your home base is here in Baltimore. Are you
So
based out
I'm
of
grateful.
Baltimore? I know you are. I know you are. And God bless you to continue to do what you do. Could you hear me?
Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
I can barely hear you. Let me see. Could you hear me now? Okay.
I'm gonna
Maybe
try to
maybe
leave and
because
come back. Hold on.
so I'm speaking with Gail Barron, oldest child, Erica. She's in St. Thomas on a working trip, and I wanted to speak tonight of still living out your dream, even when you think you have setbacks or things going on in your life, and sometimes people give up uh, and think it's over, but it's never over. It's never over. Um, you find a way to make it work. You find a way. You
There we go. Can you hear
yeah.
me now?
Yes, I was just letting the people know that I'm speaking to you about continuing your dream, regardless of your circumstance. You might have to maneuver and do little things different than someone who's totally free, but it's still you get the job done. So what I was saying, your um, business is located in Baltimore.
Yes.
You're a moving business, like you will come on the road and do what you have to do.
Yes. Absolutely. So I
So
travel to
you're a traveling business.
my business is based on me moving and grooving.
Okay, all right. So basically, besides dancing, you teach the dance too, or
Yes.
what exactly do you do?
For this particular organization, I teach all movement classes to executive directors. So yoga, fitness. I do mindful movement, things that can kind of get them up and moving. You know, they deal with a lot of stress, holding stress in their bodies. So I get them to understand grounding, meditation, and then just fun movement. I do like small African dance steps with them, just something that they can do at their level, but still fun and bring the energy into their bodies.
Okay, all right. There's your mother. She's coming on there. She's really missing in action today, but that's okay. But that's good. That's good. So we got to bring you into Philly and get something going so you can have a class here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I won't be in the class. I'll just be hosting it. I remember coming down there being part of one of your classes in Baltimore. I nearly died because I was out of shape. I'm better today, but man, oh man, that was a workout.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
needed, necessary, right?
yeah.
Movement is Movement heals the body, and all of
Okay,
it dancer, but I also provide opportunity for those who don't dance, non-dancers, to get moving as well. So it heals the heart. It really does.
okay. So is it a place or a thing for therapy too, like in dancing?
Yeah,
So it's healing.
dance is healing, movement is healing. We went to an art gallery today downtown St. Thomas, and one of the things we learned was Africans, the ones who migrated here, because St. Thomas had a lot of slaves that came from different kingdoms in Africa. The only way they could communicate was through movement. So they may not have been able to talk, but they were able to move. They were able to dance. They were able to sing and share music. So that's what sustained them and helped them to keep going. So movement is the piece that brings people together. It heals the heart, it heals the body, and it sends a message that I can communicate. Even if I don't have my mouth, I can communicate through the limbs of my body.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was.
So when I first started out, I used to create music. I used to go in the studio and well, I play like three or four instruments, and that was something that was given to me years ago of therapeutic music. Like even with people who are in a coma,
Yeah.
or it really can't do too much, but they can hear the music.
Hmm.
And it was I don't know why I went into it, but I made tapes and I would take it to the nursing homes or the hospital and ask them would they just let the patient,
Listen.
hear them, listen to it. So something about dancing and music, and it's all therapeutic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So God knew what he was doing when he said, play upon them a loud sound or something, so it'll wake you up. And then it got some slow music that would, do is all types. It's different types. So I'm gonna learn to praise dance and do that, so I could be in one of.
It's not so. None of these people here. Well, some of them are into church, but they're not church members. This is not a church thing.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for believing me.
I'm just. I have hope for you. You don't got to be a praise dancer to learn movement.
Okay. Your auntie. I was like, okay, I just want to be a part of the number. Okay. How you doing, Gail Barron? She got a mute on. I don't know what's going on with her picture. She faded in and out. You took some medicine, Gail?
Yes.
I knew what was going on. She tried to make like she didn't know I was going on tonight. So was up. You going on tonight? Yes, Gail, we on right now. Okay. But it's all right. I ain't gonna hold you long.
Yeah, I gotta jump off. We're about to go eat dinner.
Okay. Well, Erica, thank you for joining us from St. Thomas, and your son is in good hands.
I know. That's.
Okay. Gigi just left, and now Auntie got him.
I so appreciate it. I love you
Oh,
guys.
all right. Stay safe.
I will.
All right.
Oh,
Well, Gil,
yes, yes.
it's okay. We understand. Your body is wrapped in pain, and you had grandma on duty for 4 days. Well, you had him for a week and a half, right? Okay. All right. So it's understand. We ain't gonna stay long. It was just
It's it's
checking in.
it's it's fine. I only heard a little what you were uh was talking about, and for her to be able to do what she's doing um is a prayer of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking today about detours and delays. And just because something is delayed doesn't mean it's denied. And not now doesn't mean never.
Exactly.
So, one of the things in early, when they were younger, I asked God to, I made him a promise, if you would take care of my children, then I will serve you.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you pray a prayer, you don't realize that you are going to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm getting a second chance at although I'm the Gigi, I'm getting a second chance of rearing. And it's tiresome. I mean, because I'm older and, having um health issues, but it's the best thing that could be. I wasn't like into it when I was raising them, but
Mm-hmm.
now I have my full. He has my full attention. I'm aware of everything. I just didn't know that. He's 6 years old, but he's such a manipulator.
Girl, don't. So those of you who are
Yeah.
understanding, being a grandmom, being a Gigi, whatever you prefer your name to be, and these kids are wiser, you
Yes.
know, and they have more. that they're allowed to do. So Gail had her grandson up until this morning, this noonday, and then you went to grandmama and grandpop day, and then I came down to take over. What she failed to tell me that they brought him a scooter. So when I came in, I just went straight upstairs to her office where I usually work out of. I didn't see that scooter downstairs. I should have known what was going to happen when he got off of school. Girl, we done been to the playground after school. We done been to 7-Eleven to get Slurpees. It's like, what in the world? But like you say, you got a second chance at it. But this is my fifth chance. This is my fifth. When you get older, you got to stay in shape for this because they don't want to stand still. Like he loved games and stuff, on the iPad, tablet, but he likes to still get outside and like to run. Like a lot of kids now, you just give them a tablet, they just sit there, and play all day. But he's balanced, like like it's both. So, child, today he could have used that tablet. I so I'm trying to see where I'm gonna sleep tonight because even though they have beds and you got things, he wants me to get up in the bunk bed. Girl, come on now. More. So it's a joy. Like you said, you're living out your dream, get a second chance at it. And that's a blessing all by itself. So to those who have a second chance, take the full advantage of it because it's not too many Gigi's or grandmoms around because most of the grandmoms now they're 32. They living with the kid, and you miss the big mamas. I'm not saying that we need everybody the same, but when you have that stability and that stableness, I appreciate, you know, being able to step in and still be that anchor. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he got his grandpa. So,
It definitely takes a village,
yeah,
and it has to be a well rounded so that everybody wins.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
And it
I'm
don't help because we live in different states, but when you love, that don't even that don't even matter. We travel up and down the hot. We know how to make it work. So he
I
still
was
got a part of you. Yeah.
I
And
was
then you
just
just came from out of Texas with your other grand. So you just all over since you had a stroke.
since I had a stroke, life there's no standstill in creation, and I'm appreciative and I'm thankful that I'm still, you know, not like I want to, but I'm blessed and I'm still able to get around because whatever you want to do, you can do it. I've learned early on that you can live with a disability.
Oh yes, most definitely. I
Live,
see that. I think some people live even better.
yeah,
I'm not even being funny. Like, I go places, I take the senior citizen a lot of places, and they go on these trips and stuff. And Gil, they come in on crutches, they come in wheelchairs, they come in like their life don't stop.
yeah,
So if you have a will to live, a
yeah,
will to do, it's this disability is just, hey. And sometimes they doing more better than the people who have their full strength. They doing more things, and they have more things for you. So they come and get them in front of the door. Uh, yeah, it's a lot of things that continue. So it's a blessing. It's
yeah.
a blessing. So when I
Um,
see a lazy teenager or someone who's young, they're making me start like I start preaching right soon as I see him. Like, man, you sleeping at 12 o'clock and you got these senior citizens out here on the bus traveling, shopping, doing stuff, and you still in the bed? Oh, come on. Nah, they don't stand a chance with me when I see the elderlies getting around and doing what they do. Nah. So
you
do all
can,
you can, keep it healthy. Mhm.
yeah, a will to do it, want to do it, and if nothing else, my grands is a motivation for me. I Even for me to eat healthy, to
Yeah.
exercise
Yeah.
because I want to see them grow up.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't want it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the day that he have you on the scooter. But he told me you can do it. Like he gonna teach Gigi. And I was like, oh Lord, like I want to do she know what's in store. But it's a motivation to, and he might have you doing it. That's the thing.
I don't know. I said to somebody the other day, he must don't understand that I had a stroke because he thinks that, come on, Gigi, he thinks that I can just do it.
Wow. Well, well, it might
But
be the
he's always been like that because actually the whole year after I had my stroke, he was born. I had uh so
so
I
he
kept
only know you like this.
he only know me like this. And
Okay.
I
So it
kept
might be normal to him
I kept him his first year
as a baby
now as a baby
with your stroke.
with my stroke.
Okay. So I can't pull up my pictures right now, and I didn't load them up, but you have a picture of him. So he knows something is wrong because he said Gigi walked with a cane. So he got the cane, but it doesn't. It's not a funny thing to him. It's he just know you walk like this, and you're gonna still participate in whatever he gonna do with you. So it doesn't say leave Gigi alone. She can't do this. It means she just have a cane. Come on, Gigi. So it's a childlike mind. I think of in the Bible it say if you come as a little child because they don't their mind is innocent.
It's innocent, but so far I had he asked me this morning, he said, can you cook? So I said, I can, but I don't. He said, well, your sister can. And then
Did you made something for him? Or he was just asking?
he was just asking out of the blue.
Oh, because he be trying to bust on people how their food tastes. That's what I'm trying to see. Was he did you make something he didn't
No,
like
I
it?
didn't. I didn't
Oh,
make anything
okay.
for
He
him. He
just want to
just
know
wanted,
he ain't seen you in the kitchen.
yeah, he
Oh,
wanted to know, can I cook, and that my sister could.
okay. All right. Okay. So I guess I got to get the next. He gonna say something smart to me then. So it's gonna be the next what you can do and I can't do. But these kids are really intelligent, you know. But I thank God for the mannerism so that we can still have the respect, but still have the conversation with them. You imagine, I'm just talking the kids today. Could you imagine them talking to daddy and mommy? Like why I cannot do this, you know, why can't I go? Like we didn't even get a chance to even ask
No,
the
no.
question. But all seriousness, do you think that was right though? Like looking at it now,
I,
like you
I,
don't even have a voice.
yeah, I don't, I like the way it is now.
Yeah,
With curving, with directing, with
yeah,
cultivating, I don't want to take the voice from it.
yeah,
Uh, long as you know about teaching respect, teach them how to, because you can't say everything.
hmm,
But I like the day and time. We everything was about so-called respect for us, but it took away our life. It actually shut us up to we
yeah,
don't know. It took away our voice,
yeah,
and
yeah.
along with our voice, our feeling. Because
So how about that the statement of don't ask why, just do what I say and go over there and do it.
no,
Like
I don't.
you don't even have a feelings to say, I don't like this, even though I got to do it, but I don't like this. I, d- I'm so into these kids now, talking to them. Let them express
Yeah,
their feelings.
Yeah,
Even if you're going to make them do it, or they have to do what you say, whatever, but they entitled to feel,
yeah. And I as I had him for the last 10 days, I thought about just generally creating an atmosphere for growth. When a child is in a peaceful and a joyous atmosphere, it allows creativity to come forth and they can be the best that they are. But when you're in a strain or an atmosphere where
you
there's
have to move,
yeah,
don't get a
that
beat for this
that's
and that.
that's
Yeah.
not cool. That's not
Mhm.
cool. That's not
So I had one of his friends, one of the church members, with him on Saturday. I got a chance. I'm in awe anytime I'm in the presence of young kids, and I sit and just listen and watch them. Because when you train them to just be, you see them moving more freely than
right,
grown-ups,
right.
you know? So I took um Eden and the little Joshua from the church um to Chuck E. Cheese. I took them out and spent a day, afternoon with them, and I watched them at Chuck E. Cheese mingling and making friends with people. So there was this game that they needed, I think, 4 people to play, and it was only him and Joshua. But they was going around recruiting people to play this game with them. But the thing that got me, it was they had no picks or choose. It was either white people, it was young people. It one time they were dragging a little boy. I think the boy was 2 years old. Now both of them are 6 and 7. Now you can picture someone too that can barely walk. If they said yes, they want to play, off they went with them to play. So I looked at love. I looked at togetherness. I looked at fellowship, all through the eyes of we just wanted to play a game,
Mhm.
just get along. So sometimes if you raise, they can teach you something that you don't see color, you don't see age, you don't see this, you don't see religion. I'm Baptist, you hold it. It was just fellowship.
But you said the word a few minutes ago when you're trained. And we often quote that scripture about train up a child in the way they should go.
Yeah,
However, a lot of the training is do as I say
yeah.
and not as I do.
So only
Um
thing you gotta do is train to share. If you a
yeah,
sharer,
train,
sometimes you selfish
train.
yourself. So because
And I understand why mommy used to always tell us don't just have one child because that one child can grow up with that only child syndrome, and that's a lot of time like when you get your way, you get what you want, and you don't have the skills or the know-how to share. And that's
so what I seen though was there was one child that has 2 or 3 siblings, and then there's Eden, who is his own child. But that training of that child to share, children can train. He said, "Let's do this." So if you impute whatever you're going to impute, that child gathers it. You have to be aware, even if you have an only child, train them to share. If
right.
you have so it still comes back to guiding. It still go back, but if you're mean and if you don't like to do, so I seen the mothers of both. Erica's a giving. So you have to train. If not, he would see. You say some things are taught, some things are caught. He have to see his mother what she does. Joshua, he just shares. So somebody trained him to shit. We're gonna do this together. That was his speech. It wasn't like that's mine. I didn't hear that the whole day. Now there's some kids I have had that it's different. So how do you get that done? I don't know who it depends on, but that can be school, work, church, and if
And it
the
don't have to
if
be a
the
child.
I'm saying
That happens for adults too. Whoever is the stronger one,
right, right.
um, you can set your own culture. You can, and so that's why um, a believer, you don't know or don't realize the power of a believer. What and then whatever it is, that believer is an influencer. It doesn't have to be in church. It can be in other things. If I got your ear, I can train you or cultivate you into the culture that I want.
But
People
what if
just,
but that's what I'm saying is good and bad because what if
yeah,
your culture is not good? You
it's
you
either,
like they say racism is not um you take two kids 1 years old, they not racist. It's trained. You teach them that because you don't come in, you don't do that.
no,
They got together. Every time I see kids, they just mingle. It's not about anything. But somewhere along the line, the culture is you adapt to something else.
what your culture is.
Yeah. So and that's along with it, like you say, in every field. That's in church, that's in school, that's in wherever you at. You
On your
adapt to
job,
what's this, yeah, on your
right?
job, what's whatever the strong. So it's not.
And sometimes you can go in like I look at a lot of home health aides, different people coming into a culture, and they can be gung ho and ready to go. We're gonna do this, but about time, uh, the patient or whoever was there, like if somebody start a job, you just coming in and they've been there 5 years. No matter how enthusiastic you are, after a while, as Irk will say, I'm gonna wear you down because the stronger will wear you down. And if you're not strong, in your favorite words, they will zap your life or your strength. It's not, even the strongest and the hardest can be influenced for a moment, because even you can have good things you want to do, but by the time you connect yourself with people that don't want nothing, after a while you be done gave up your dream
Yeah,
because of others.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
I'm
So that's
learning
why
that.
they always tell us get with somebody that's going somewhere.
Going
Get
you,
with
yeah,
somebody that you got. So Daddy used to say, pick your company.
yeah,
Usually they didn't understand. I thought they was talking about religion all the time, because everything. But that's true to anything.
yeah,
If you hang around this all the time and you ain't strong enough and they pull, well, here
yeah,
you go, you're
yeah,
going that way. So you have to get around strength. You have to get around somebody that's going so whatever that is that you were motivated to be, because it will zap you if you just keep,
yeah,
just like the bed and zap your energy. I told you the other day, I said I can't lay down long, even when I'm not feeling well. After a day or two, I got to get up because I feel it. Now the sickness gone, but now it's not like I don't suck into like just So some you could take your moments of vacation, but don't lay there. Don't get used to that bed
yeah,
and
and
doing nothing, because after a while it just take your energy. I remember when y'all go through rehab and stuff, they keep on telling you now that something has happened to your body, you got to do even extra.
Absolutely.
So if you ain't using your muscles and using your mind, they tell you to play games and read and do things to keep your mind active. Anything that sits still, after a while, you like, okay, that's the condition. You just there. So it's a lot. It's a lot I learned with this last 2 weeks with these children over again.
Yeah.
They're
And
both they're bursts of energy and they give you energy, and it makes you want to get around people. What way we going? Let's go this way. Let's do this. But you have to have somebody going the same way. That's
it's
it. Anything
it's
business.
reciprocity.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm enjoying so so much in this season of my life that I'm blessed in
yeah.
spite of. I always have something to motivate, and if you can laugh,
Ooh,
I've been having some
laughter is laughter
man
is medicine, sis.
man
Yeah, yep.
man.
Laugh,
Because
love,
you
have fun, live.
yeah, because if you can keep your spirit up and your
Hmm.
laughter up,
Yeah,
because a down spirit, a broken spirit, it dries up your bones. But
yeah,
I tell you, if you got something to motivate you, something to look forward to,
yeah,
you'll do it. Uh, whether you're afraid, whether you're hurting, just because keep that umph going. And
yeah.
I'm in my it's feel like I'm in my second win of life. I'm so appreciative.
Finish the rest of the sentence as a senior.
But
As a senior citizen. He tells us second one in life as a senior citizen. That's what it is. As a senior citizen. Now life don't ends like that. There's some people still kicking. Get in the gym, do whatever you gotta do. Take some walks. Get around your grandkids and let them. Something can motivate you. To want to live life all over again. Yeah.
so I was in Baltimore a few days, and I get to um take him to school and pick him up. And so now I don't know how new it is, but now you have a drop off and pick up, like you in order to be on time, you have to be out there early because you don't walk your kid to the door no more. You have to get in the motorcade.
Yeah.
And so it it's crowded in the morning and it's crowded in the afternoon. But the afternoon you can get out and go pick them up. But today was the first time that I experienced they had grandparents day at school. And so I thought my mind, because I never experienced it. I never been to, well, this is my first grandchild, but uh I never experienced anything in school or went to any things that was school given. I just assumed that the parking lot would not be crowded. But when I was saying this because when I got on, I heard you talking about the village.
Hmm.
So this was grandparents' day. And I mean, the grandparents showed up.
Hmm.
And they were asking who came the furthest. Now this was in Baltimore, but somebody came from Florida. Somebody came from South Carolina. It
Hmm.
was, but for the grandchildren, and that was just so. It was so touching for me in a lot of ways. And those
Hmm.
kids, you know, they planned for the grandparents. Everything was geared toward that. And I so appreciate being a part of that. Like I said, I thought that it wouldn't be crowded. But I mean
Now
it was
let me ask you this. Is that because of how we were that you didn't expect? Because that was something that would never, or that's or if you was used to that, because some people are used to that. Like that's their norm.
right. And so
You
for
going in and out of
me,
that picture.
can you see me now?
Yeah.
For me, you ever heard um in a football game where they say bring the ball back? Like especially if it was
If something
a,
happened, they bring it back to where it
a
start with a
flag,
mess up. Yeah.
they bring it back. And
Yeah.
that was my thought on today. Uh Family, the things that worked. I mean, the things that, because a lot of things I feel, I don't know. I don't know whether it's because of religion. I don't know what it was.
I think ours was like everybody is not, but
Yeah,
for us it was because if you talk to daddy and them before then, they was outgoing until they came in when we was all born up under the religion. I think before then they was outgoing people. Especially I know our house, daddy, mommy singing and everything and doing. So the change for them came from religion. Now that probably don't speak for everybody, but for our house and talking to them and hearing what they did before they had joined our church and before they got they lived. So I think it was a misunderstanding too. I don't want to just blame it on as if it was a church thing, but their understanding about what we couldn't do and what could do. I think they just made it since they didn't know they just went they was just all out.
well,
So
for
they didn't
me,
participate in anything.
yeah,
They let us do stuff, but they didn't participate like
yeah.
I think they wanted to as parents in school. So hearing you say that, that's why I'm saying because I went to a diversity school. They always show up. They believe in their children. They support their games. So I don't know what who don't and
Well, like we
but
said, this is
even
our
when I was in the
story.
military, mom and them never came to nothing that I graduated from nothing. But those them stands was full. Those people when you say come from Florida all over for a day, I had nobody. I had nobody at my thing. And it was because of that. People flew out. That was a big day.
Support
Support is
is
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
And as I sat there today, I some feelings that I had, you know, just even imagining, because for whatever reason, whether their grandparents were deceased or whatever the case may be, to have a child sitting there in the classroom with no one to show up for them.
Was
I,
somebody there like that today?
yes.
Okay.
And so I could only just imagine not being there when I could.
Yeah.
So I just went, I had just had so many different feelings. So that's why I say bring the ball back. For
Mhm.
me, bring the villages back,
Yeah.
bring the
And
support back, you know.
and just sharing this what we're talking to people, support is everything.
Yeah.
And if you allow something to keep you from having that moment, I think you should check it.
Yeah.
I really think that should be. I'm not saying you have to join that. Like, I'm questioning a lot of things these days of what was so bad about it that you can't support someone. You don't have to believe in that, but that you just don't know that could even change a person to, even if you want them to come over, if you
Absolutely.
want them to come to where you at,
Absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
that moment. And just hearing you talk about that, I had to I laughed with your girls, Tira and Monty and them, because they wanted to know, why did I have to go to therapy? Why did I choose? Well, it's stuff like this where I graduated from military with a lot of honors, and nobody was there.
Yeah.
You don't think nobody feel that? Rather you wasn't supposed to be there, not whatever the case was. But like you said, somebody was sitting there day without somebody. Well, people went off. They took them to dinner because afterwards you had free time.
So,
Well,
some of them,
I ain't had nobody go with. I went with
some
some of
of
my
them
friends,
left
but they weren't
early.
my mother, huh?
Some of them left. It was a day. It was a celebration, and some
Yeah,
left early for early dismissal because of your
and they
nephew
gonna
was
take them out and
plotting.
eat and everything.
Your nephew was plotting on you. Tell Aunt Jackie to come pick me up early because he knew we was going back.
Yeah.
Call her and tell her.
I didn't get the memo because I was been straight up there with a note. But yeah, those days are important because that makes you feel, it makes you
Yeah,
feel some sort of way. So everybody was going out to dinner. Yeah, I said that. I don't know if I went back to the barracks or what I did, but it's feelings with that. And then
yeah.
people like, just get over it.
No,
You ain't
no.
the only one. It doesn't matter if you ain't the only one. You felt that. That's a feeling.
I
And
I I
sometimes to
felt
deal
the
with that,
way. Yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I remember sitting out at King football games, girl. And what I'm saying, I don't like the cold. I don't like to be cold. But for the support, I took all them kids and y'all went. I sat in the, long as they had somebody out there, they knew I was there. I went and sat in that car. I was froze. But that support, that it goes a long way. So just those of you who just, if you hear this, do all you can, because you never know what that person is going through,
Yeah.
to sit there and don't have no support. And you might not think they deserve it, or it might be because of your religion. It might, whatever it is, think of somebody feeling that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad y'all was able to do that today. Um, uh, we'll keep on. I even think about children. There's some people have two parents. There's some people have one parent, and that one parent is doing all they could. There's some people don't have nobody. So that's what we always did: gather up someone else's children. So sometimes you have to put things on people's mind. I know you well off, but there's somebody sitting over there that don't have. Grab them up. Grab them up and share a little bit. Just put a little. Daddy's called a little sunshine.
In somebody's life.
Put a little sunshine in somebody's life. So that'll go a long way. I hear people come back sometime talking to me, stuff I had forgot that we done when we was young. I remember Aunt Jack. I remember you, Aunt Gail, Aunt Dolly, or Uncle Derek, or so. They don't forget. You don't forget it. You don't forget it. So once in a while, just put a little sunshine in somebody's
Yeah.
life.
That
And
that really pour uh pulled at my heartstring today. The support. Just somebody showing up.
yeah,
First you gotta show up for yourself. Then before you can show up for others. It's nothing like uh seeing somebody in the crowd that
yeah.
you are
We
familiar
say
with.
hi. Here he is. This is Gigi grandson. Say hi to the people. Hi. he had grandmom and grandpop day, and he's happy he's in there on his. What you doing in there?
My business phone.
On the business. He said he got a business phone, so he's on the business phone. So let everybody see your twisties that Grandma Gigi got you. I got to deal with this too. He got to put the mousse on and the hair. But he's a blessed kid. He's a blessed kid. Okay, I just want you to say hello and say bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, all right. I'll be finished in a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's been happy. He been happy. He loved coming to Philadelphia. He still think y'all live in Philly. He just call everything Philly, but he don't know y'all live in another city. But he called everything Philly. He loved coming to Philly, and that's another thing. When you do that, they love to come be with you. You ever seen people that don't want to go to their grandmother? Could you even picture that?
I ooh,
Like
I
when
don't
some
want to
kids say, I
even.
don't want to go to my grandma's house, I don't want to go to my mom's house. Like, what are you talking about? So it's stuff you don't understand, but it's something you must have did to them. The reason that they don't want to come, or you're too strict, whatever that is. But I remember back in the day, I used to tell mom, I said, lighten up. You want them to come. It's you want them to come. You can get another couch. You want them to come. You remember I used to tell that, but so you can't get those days back. You can't get, you don't know what they're going through at home, and then you so strict about them sitting on your seat. That was the whole thing about running through your house. I get what you're saying, but don't turn them away because they might not want to come back. You want somebody to take care of you when you get,
Yeah,
it's just things to remember. People have feelings.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Gil, I ain't gonna hold you long. I know I don't woke you up. And I was trying to see, like, where's your coat? I said, Erica, where's your mom? Come on the host with me until she get here. And when you came on, I said, yeah, she's asleep. Yeah, but that's okay. We here. You had a long day. You had a long 2 weeks, so you get you some rest. Um, want to give a shout out for this weekend. Saturday, you didn't get too much rest because you got your book. You got another book signing on Saturday. You in Darby.
Yes.
Was that 12 to 5?
Yeah, 12 to 5, 21 Main Street,
In
Word
Darby, PA.
in Darby. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to make it back for that. He's let me know that his mother don't come back to Saturday, so I said he's coming back to Philly. I don't know who house he going to, but he said he come to mine. So and this another thing
Well, between the both,
huh?
I said, well, between the both, you
Yeah,
know,
it's cool, but I have to bring the scooter up there and bring it back because I live in an apartment. See, it been a time when I raised y'all kids and stuff, I had a house. We was in a house, so they can do it. But apartment, you can't make all that noise there because I live on the second floor. There's people
you
and them
be in a
senior
row,
citizens.
be in the living room.
I don't mind that, but it's the noise you can hear it. And senior citizens is a different. It's a different playing field. Like how my mom used to hear us play downstairs, and it didn't sound that bad, but it sounded like somebody coming through the ceiling.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I got people live below me. I'm in the middle, so that means I got to be outside. And I don't know what the weather gonna be Saturday, but uh he's planning on
I
coming
think
back.
it's supposed to be kind of nice.
Yeah, so he's planning on coming back. So I might just have to spend another day at Chuck E. Cheese. This is inside.
Okay.
Oh, but it's okay. But good to see you. I know we
Yeah,
passed each other on the road, but I'm here, you there. But be glad to be back.
yeah,
Glad that Erica is doing okay. And like I say, get you a village. Y'all get a village. Just remember somebody don't have.
yeah.
And because someone had a dream, it doesn't have to be over.
Hmm.
And you can help them still live their dream. Like I don't have a dream I'm trying to live out right now, and I'm done. I'm living life. I'm living. But if I see younger people, I see young people that's still trying to have. I can babysit for a couple of to let them still go ahead and have.
Yeah,
So
give them break.
Give them
It
a break. Don't like them your kids and you gonna rate. No, no. I remember.
I didn't know of that when I was raising
No, you
my
didn't.
children.
You didn't even pay
Sometimes,
no child. So you didn't even pay no child care. Y'all had it good. You know these people. Yeah, you know how much child care costs today?
do I know? Yes. And then
Hey,
for an
hey,
infant, oh yes.
yeah. So if you can lend a hand once in a while, he's coming back now. So I think he's telling me it's time for me him to
Okay.
do something. So
All right.
uh we're gonna talk with you all later. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you, like you say, Saturday from 12 to 5. We have Gail Barron is doing another book signing. It's 21 Main Street in Darby, PA. I'm going to try to get there, Gail. I'm trying to see which way. I don't know if your husband going with us, so who going to have him? Because if we bring him there, he going to be all over, you know. So we'll work it out. But you know, my heart is with you, and I'm gonna support whatever way I can. So if even I just support your grandkid, that's what I do. But anyway, until next time,
Yeah.
have a nice week. Enjoy this weather. It is hot, and summer's here. I don't know if it's gonna go back to being cold again, but summer's here. It was
What's
91
going
this.
down? Yeah, it's going down back on Sunday.
Oh,
It's
really?
going,
Okay. It
it's
was
going to get
91 degrees
cooler.
today here in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Say bye to everybody, man. We're getting okay.
See you later.
All right.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right. He get ready to ride my back. Okay, bye.